children, again we have to start with our online sessions. We have to start with our online classes because you know that the pandemic COVID-19, it has increased again. The situations are not in our favor. The situations are not in the favor of the school, so that we can meet offline in the school, enjoy the premises, enjoy the classroom sessions and all that. But a few days were there when we attended our school, you people attended the offline classes, and it was really fun. But unfortunately, because of the situation, because of the adverse situations in the country, globally, the conditions are such that we had to switch over from offline to the online sessions, right? But as I said, never lose hope in hopeless. Whatsoever it is, again we are connected through the virtual classes, alright? And I hope and I wish every one of you a very good luck for these online sessions. Correct? So class 10th, this is the book that we are following this year, right? In the classes also, I have told you we have had like 2 or 3 classes of economics. So we have covered 2 chapters, right? With the notes, along with the notes, the written notes, we have covered 2 chapters. So you can follow this book if you are able to take this book from the sellers. It is very good book from the sellers. No issues. You can borrow it from the people, those who have passed class 10 or those who are now in class 11. So you can take the old edition books, okay? At least you will have something to help, right? So class 10, in classes, in the previous classes, we have done 2 chapters. That was chapter number 1, the productive mechanism, and chapter number 2, land, and this was completed with proper notes, alright? Now we have chapter number 3, and that also we have discussed a little bit in the classroom. So the chapter number 3 which we have is labor. Now in the classes I have told you that there are 4 factors of production, right? There are 4 factors of production, that is land, labor, capital and entrepreneur, right? So this is one of the factors of production. You can say this is the second factor of production, that is your labor, right? Now children, I have told you that labor does not mean the person or people or an individual working on a construction site or working somewhere in the institution as a labor. No, it does not mean that. In the previous class, I have explained you that labor means efforts. Alright? Labor means efforts. All those who are present in the classroom will very well connect to this, that it means efforts. It means your hard work, right? It means your hard work. Now anything and everything which is done through the human body, is labor, means efforts. Now efforts can be what? Efforts can be of 2 types. That can be your mental efforts and your physical efforts, right? Your mental efforts and your physical efforts. Now anything which is done mentally, from here where exertion is done, where exertion is put from the brain, that is your mental labor, okay? That is your mental labor. When we put mental efforts, that is known as mental labor. And anything which is done with physical force, right? With physical force, like example, if I am working on a if I am working on a construction site, therefore I am working as a physical labor, and that is known as physical, where I am putting physical efforts, therefore it will be termed as physical labor. Anything which is done with the help of human body and physical efforts are involved in that. That is your physical labor, and through human body where mental efforts are involved, that is known as mental labor. Like right now, you and me, we both are mental laborers. We are, why? Because we are putting our mental efforts, right? We are putting our mental efforts. I am putting my knowledge to explain this topic to you, and you are putting your knowledge to get this into your head, right? So this is what mental labor it means. Correct? Once more I am again repeating. Labor means efforts, or it means your hard work. Now efforts can be of two types, that is your mental and your physical. And where your mental and physical efforts or labors is involved, that is termed as mental labor or physical labor. Right? Now this was labor. Now if I read down this to you, also like you can slow down the speed of the video, and you can note down if you want to note all these things down, because likewise we will also prepare our notes, okay, and we will not find any difficulty when our final examinations or examinations will be held, right? So if I explain you the meaning of labor, it is this, but if I read down the definition of labor according to the book, it is all human, physical and mental efforts used in creation of goods and services with a motive to earn money is labor. I repeat, all the human, physical and mental efforts used in creation of goods and services with a motive of earning money is labor. Full stop. That is it. Right? Now this completes the definition of knowledge. Now next topic that we have is types of labor. Now there are certain types, there are few types of labor. Okay, there are few types of labor. In the class also I have explained you the types of labors. Now types of labors can be several types. It can be your skilled labor, it can be your unskilled labor, trained labor, untrained labor. It can be a lot of types of labor. But we are going to do few types of labor, and that is first is your physical labor and mental labor that I have already explained to you. Anything, any task completed through physical effort is your physical labor, and any task which is done, which is completed through your mental labor, your mental efforts, that is your mental labor, right? Second is your professional labor and administrative labor, right? Professional and administrative. Now children, class 10, with the heading itself, it should be very clear to you that professional labor means where professional skills is required, and administrative labor means where administrative skills or administration work is involved. Let me read it to you. Professional labor is that mental worker who has undergone advanced study and training. Administrative labor includes those mental workers, those who have special training and capability to supervise and direct. Now that day also in the classroom I have explained to you that labor means what? Labor means effort, and professional labor means anyone doing work, completing any task, and that person, he or she has advanced study and has advanced training in that profession. Like example, a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer. All these people, they have advanced training and they have advanced studies, they have done advanced studies for all these professions, and therefore they are following all these professions. Whereas when it comes to administrative labor, it includes special type of training, special type of knowledge and special type of supervision, so that he can direct the people, those who he is dealing with, right? Second we'll be doing is wage labor and non-wage. It's not non-veg and it's not non-veg, it's non-wage, right? So this is your wage labor, and then we have is non-wage labor. Now what do you think by wages? See, there is a difference between salary and wages. How? Wages is earned by working morning till evening. Alright, when you work from morning till evening and your contractor or your boss is paying you in the evening for your 24 hours or 8 hours or 9 hours of duty, that is your wage, right? But when you get the amount of money, when you get the sum in a whole, in lump sum, when you get the money, like you are getting the money on 30th or on 31st of the month, that is your salary, right? Where you are paid for 30 days, 30 working days at the last of the month, that is your salary. And when you work from morning till evening and you are being paid in the evening, that is your wage, right? So wage labor and non-wage labor, that is clear that where workers, those who are hired on a fixed wage rate, they are wage laborers, and the people, those who are not fixed, they are non-wage laborers, right? Like example, lawyers, doctors. Now doctors, they charge according to the patient. Lawyers, they charge according to the client. So they are non-wage laborers. Alright. Now next children, we have characteristics of labor, right? So now we do characteristics of labor. Now we will be doing just 3 to 5 characteristics of labor, right? So first is that labor, it refers to human efforts only. First is that labor is what? It is human efforts, right? Second we have is active factor of production. Very important. Active factor of production. Right? This is very important point this is. And the last third we'll be doing is labor is less mobile. Okay? Labor is less mobile. Now see, first is human efforts. Now anything and everything which involves certain efforts is your labor, right? So if indirectly or if in other way if I explain you, then human efforts is equals to labor, right? What? Human efforts is equals to labor, because ultimately it means labor only, right? Second is active factor of production. Very, very important. Active factor of production means this is the only factor of production which is alive, which can speak, which can talk, which can do, which can move from one place to the another. Like unlike your land capital entrepreneur, it is active factor of production. And then last we have is less mobile. As I told you, in land it's immobile or less mobile, means it cannot be shifted one place to the other. In the same manner, this can also not be shifted from one place to the another because of mobility issues, maybe because of the family issues, the labor is not able to move from one city to the other city, or because of geographical factors, the labor is not able to move from one city to the other city. Alright, so therefore the labor is less mobile. Right? So we did 3 topics in this video. First was meaning of labor, then we had types of labors, and third we have is characteristics of labors. Right? I hope that this is clear to you. Now if any problem you have, as I say it, since last 1 year I have been telling you, any problem if you have, write down in the mail, or maybe on Mondays we are meeting, so class 10th you can come and you can come with your doubts and questions and your problems, and we'll sort them out. Right? Till then, take care, stay home, be safe, be happy.